morning. Good morning. I'll be reading the Native American Four Directions. Great Spirit, Mother Earth, Father Sky, Grandmother Moon, Grandfather Sun, and all my relations, the two-leggeds, the four-leggeds, those that swim, the winged ones, the creepy crawlers, the fungi and bacteria kingdom, the crystal and mineral kingdom, the flower and plant people, the tree people, the cloud people, and the star nation. We welcome and honor you and ask for your presence and blessings now at this ceremony to all that is. Please stand and face the front of the group. East, spirits, energies, and animals of the East, we ask that you honor us with your presence and bless this ceremony. East, that represents sunrise, morning, new beginnings, illumination, the mental plane, and springtime. East, that is represented by eagle, that flies higher than any other bird and brings illumination from the spirit world. Strong, mighty elk also represents the energies of the East. Thank you for your presence here now. Please turn to your right. South, spirits, energies, and animals of the South, we ask that you honor us with your presence and bless this ceremony. South, that represents midday, the fullness of life, the physical plane, green and yellow, joyfulness and summer. South, that is represented by coyote, the trickster, the playful otter, and the innocence of porcupine. Frog, that brings cleansing and new life and fertility to the beings of earth, is also representative of energy from the South. Thank you for your presence here now. Please turn to your right. West, spirits, energies, and animals of the West, we ask that you honor us with your presence and bless this ceremony. West, that represents the emotional plane, the end of the journey, completion, attainment of goals, sunset and autumn. West is represented by the strength and introspection of brown bear and the color red. Thank you for your presence here now. Please turn to your right. North, spirits, energies, and animals of the North, we ask that you honor us with your presence and bless this ceremony. North, that represents nighttime, the spiritual plane, spiritual attainment, and winter. North, that is represented by the color black, white buffalo calf woman, wolf the teacher, raven the bringer of magic and healing from the spirit world, owl, guardian of the night, and by buffalo, that symbolizes prayers and abundance. Thank you for your presence here now. Please turn to the center aisle. Close your eyes, put your hands over your heart, and feel the presence of all these elements within, honoring each as an element of spirit. Now open your eyes. Take a moment. As you see with the eyes of God, notice God looking back at you.
Good morning once again. This is a wonderful time of celebration around the world. And I don't know about the rest of you, but I see symbols everywhere. And there is one symbol that represents today, and that's the palm branch. And I actually looked it up because I thought, I want to know what this is all about, because it's been used for eons around with different cultures, And in ancient times, it represented faithfulness, splendor, triumph, virtue, and welfare. Palm leaves have symbolized victory with honor, peace, and eternal life throughout eons and cultures. So as Holy Week begins around the world, I invite us all to open our hearts and minds to more fully embody and share the love of the divine presence within each of us. Knowing that as we join together with others who are doing the same, we bring peace and healing to the world and to one another, fulfilling the promise of Jesus, the great example of the power of love and possibility. I'm grateful for the remembrance and the inspiration to express more and more of the joy, love, and peace that is within each one of us. And knowing that the Christ nature within myself and you supports us in everything we do as we open to receive, because we are on a threshold of soul, expression, and expansion. Today, I recognize this as we go forward, and I'd like to share with you something from Rabindranath Tagore. And joy is everywhere. It is in the earth's green covering of grass, in the blue serenity of the sky, in the reckless exuberance of spring, in the severe abstinence of gray winter, in the living flesh that animates our bodily frame, in the perfect poise of the human figure, noble and upright, and in living in the exercise of all our powers, in the acquisition of knowledge, in fighting evils. Joy is there everywhere. And all of this remembrance can help us be the best we can be. Every day, remembering every moment how precious we each are. And so in that, I thank it, I give love to it, I appreciate it, and when I say I am, I make sure that I am, and the words that follow are ones that I want to come back to me, because we indeed are creating our world. As we say I am, we are connecting to the one source. And so our affirmation today is, I will say it, and then we'll say it together. The purpose of life is a life of purpose. The purpose of life is a life of a purpose. And so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you, Patty. Good morning. I'm Joseph Salack, the music director here. And this morning it's a pleasure to be welcoming back Michou Landon. Michou has been joining me here at the Everyday Center for about 5 years, and we've done a lot of collaborating, and it's great to have her back this morning. She leads yoga and qigong practices. She is a poet and a writer and has a blog, and she also helps coach people in terms of improving their writing, and she offers a practice called evolutionary witnessing, and please talk to her if you'd like to hear more about what evolutionary witnessing is. Michou has a wonderful voice, she's a wonderful lyricist, and please join me in welcoming Michou Landon.
All right, let's see. Pardon me while I find,
Your book is
there they are, okay. No, it was, yeah. Yeah, I'm on the search for my glasses, right? So we debuted this one last month, but we're bringing it back this month.
Okay. Yeah.
In prayer, presence seeks and speaks, and also listens simultaneously. All of the tarnish, every failing fear, like shadows and light, begin to disappear. Beauty sees beauty, truth knows only truth. There is no home so dear as prayer. It might be spoken, some in silence breathe. Prayer, a song of refuge in purest intimacy. Prayer, soul's home to Hashem, and painting for all keep these infinite expressions. Everyone received. All of the tarnish, every failing and fear, like shadow and light, begins to disappear. Beauty sees beauty, truth knows only truth. There is no home so dear as prayer, a heart's communion. Prayer, the answers see. Born inside the questions and in authenticity. Prayer is a place. Prayer is a plea. Prayer is a person in divine company. All of the tarnish, every failing and fear, like shadows and light, begin to disappear. Beauty sees beauty, truth knows only truth. There is no home so dear.
Get this out of your way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning, every day.
Good morning.
That is so beautiful. Joseph and Michou, thank you so much. I missed it when you performed it last month, and I am so grateful that you reprised it today. So a funny thing happened on the way to the synagogue. I changed my title. Well, not so much. Because my original title for today was Be the Best. And what occurred to me on the way to the synagogue this morning was everybody's version of their best in any given moment is their own, right? So on the way to the synagogue, I changed my title to Be Our Best. Whatever that is for each of us in any given moment. Because there's so many versions of what our best might be. Our best might be stillness. Our best might be smiling. Our best might be sharing something with another. Our best might be in the face of what seems like a difficult situation, feeling calm and centered inside and bringing that calmness and centeredness to the circumstance, even though it seems that there's no way that calm and kindness can be brought to that circumstance. We have the ability to do that. And so we encounter all these different situations, all these different people that all may or may not have at least a hope from us, not even necessarily a strong expectation, but a hope that we will somehow be able to answer a question or improve something, bring light to what seems dark. They may not even know why they're sharing it with us, except that they need to do that. Now, a funny thing happens when we don't feel like we have room for someone else's stuff. You know what I'm saying? When we don't feel like we have room for someone else's stuff, we may not listen very well. We may not observe very well. We may not be being our best because we're so busy with our own stuff. Our mind is busy with our stuff. Our brain is busy with our stuff, is what I mean to say. And how much more important it is than the stuff of whoever it is that's talking to us who thinks their stuff is so important. It is so great when we are able to notice that something is being asked of us, usually only our attention. You know, sometimes we have people in our lives who have been in our lives for a long time, and because we've known them for a long time, we might make assumptions about what we know about them. Anybody? And we might make assumptions about what we know about them, and we might assume that they want either answers or advice. And my experience has come to be, let me just say that again, my experience has come to be that often they don't want either one.
Mm-hmm.
All they want is for me to listen. Now, I put emphasis on my experience has come to be because I didn't start there. I started being the answer queen. I'm sure I'm alone in that. And it wasn't long after starting out as the answer queen that I became the answer and advice queen. And I can't exactly pinpoint when I learned that that was not what was being asked of me. I can only tell you that eventually I got it. And it may be one of the greatest lessons of my life. Is actually realizing that this person who is sharing whatever it is with me in the moment really doesn't want anything from me other than my attention in the moment. Because if they do, they'll tell me, wow, imagine someone saying, I could really use your help with this, or being given the opportunity to say, I could really use your help with this. So what did I do? What have I done? Because I still do it. What do I do to make sure that I have done, I have been everything that I can in the moment? I ask a very important question. Is there anything I can do to support you? Not how can I support you? Is there anything I can do to support you? And you'd be amazed at how often the answer is no. Or something like, well, you could hold good thoughts around this situation. Or you could do a little prayer work around all of this going well. But something, it isn't about me solving all of their problems or telling them how to solve all of their problems. It's me being my best by staying me and not stepping into a role that isn't mine. And not stepping into the role of the great authority. I'm my own, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm my own authority, but I'm not yours. You're your own authority. And I can guide you toward that recognition and toward that embodiment. But it isn't like I'm going to go become your authority first and then drag you into it. Discovering our own authority is part of how we discover what it means to be our best.
Mm.
Now, what if we're in a circumstance where we don't feel like we have any authority? We feel like everybody else has run away with the show, and we're just standing around waiting to be told what to do next.
Mm.
Well, our opportunity to be waiting to be told what to do next evaporated when we were about 6. So that means that either we're going to wait for a very long time for someone, anyone, because for sure we can find somebody
Mm-hmm.
who's willing to tell us what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we're just going to be waiting. And you know what I say about waiting. There is no more waiting. Exactly. And that's what I say about waiting. Our opportunity to be our best at any given moment, to see the world, to see each other, to see, did y'all see the blooming tree out in front of the synagogue?
Yes.
I had to find a branch that was low enough to see if it had an aroma, because anything that beautiful looks like it's going to have this beautiful perfume. It does not. It's just beautiful. Our opportunity to be our best is all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the time. And what really is our assignment is to figure out what it is. Because let me tell you what it's not. It's not what anybody else's idea is or ever was.
Mm-hmm.
Our best self is not what anybody else's idea is or ever was. Well, except for me, of course, because I can tell you what my idea is of your best, because I know things. Don't I, Laurel? Our opportunity to live a life as Patty so beautifully expressed it, to live a life that is joyful. Even now. Because a lot of you would tell me, well, it's easy for you to stand up there and say that we could live a life that's joyful even now, but what about this, and what about that, and what about the other thing, and what about them, and okay. So this is how this works. We choose to use the authority, the power, the wisdom that is ours by virtue of all that we are, or we don't.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And when we don't choose to use that wisdom, that power, that authority, and we give it away to somebody else, we're going to feel like we are living at the affect of somebody else's something all the time.
That's right.
Yes.
Why would we do that? Why would we do that? Because we have to? Who says? Who told us that? And what made them the boss of us? I want to tell you, even if they were the boss of us at one time, they aren't anymore.
That's right.
Whether they aren't on the planet anymore, or we have learned a greater truth, it doesn't matter. They are not the boss of us anymore. So when are we going to be the boss of us?
Now.
Good idea. Good idea. Because once we decide that we are the boss of us, that we are the boss of this brain, that may want to continue to spew all these judgmental things from our past, that we are the boss of where that brain goes. Because, let me tell you something about our brain. Our brain is magical. Our brain is magnificent. Our brain is absolutely phenomenal in its potential. We are the guides of the potential. Not our brain, not what anybody else thinks, not the choices anybody else is making, but us. Don't whine to me about feeling like you don't have any control. We have control over exactly the most important thing there is, and that's ourselves.
That's right.
We have to decide. We have to take the reins. We have to, no, we don't have to. You're right. Whoever it is that had that thought, I heard you. We don't have to. We can tread water where we are indefinitely, pretty much. But gosh darn it, if we want it to be different, if we want it to be better, whatever the it is, it's ours to call into our lives and do everything that we know to do, use every tool that we know we have, call in extra tools if we need them, to create the life that we mean to be living.
That's it.
To create a life of kindness, to create a life of generosity, to create a life of plenty, to create a life of joy, to create a life of splendor. Come on. Really, really get this. It's up to us.
Yep.
It's up to us. Just like deciding in any given moment what our best is, what it means to be our best, how it feels to be our best. It's up to us in any moment, any second, because it's all now.
Yes.
It's all now. And the possibilities are endless. And don't, whoever it is back there, tell me the possibilities are endless for things to go to hell in a handbasket. You think I don't know that? They're endless for things to go hell in a handbasket for somebody, but it doesn't have to be me.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be you. And it doesn't have to be the people we love. And it doesn't have to be the people in this community. And it doesn't have to be the people in this world. It can be the people who choose to live that life.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a thing, you can fill in the blanks, that we can do about it. Their choices, Laurel was saying to me, not my monkeys, not my suitcase. Their choices
Circus.
are none of our damn business. And while we are deciding how far down the drain the country is going to go in under whatever circumstance we decide, because okay, I'm gonna just take this on. We are making up the most incredible fairy tale we have ever created. Whether it is a fairy tale of gloom and doom or a fairy tale of great outcome. I'd like to know how many people are making up fairy tales of great outcome. Great. Thank heavens you're holding up the whole damn community. We have to choose.
Yeah.
Boys and girls. We have to choose. Well, no, we don't have to. Yes, we do.
Yes.
We do.
Whether we like it or not, we're choosing.
We have to choose because, as Patty so wisely is saying, whether we like it or not, we're choosing. We're choosing to buy the gloom and doom, to go to the store and buy the gloom and doom, go to the gloom and doom department, or to go to the Ain't This Grand department. We're choosing. We need to decide from the center and the circumference of everything we are. We need to decide which fairy tale we want to be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though today is today, and whatever's going on today is going on today and going on in this moment, whatever happens in the next moment, we can change.
Right.
Really. For the world? Yes. Really?
Yes.
Yes. Well, how does that happen? How do I make a choice? How do you make a choice that changes the world for the better? Because you start by making a choice that makes your world better.
Mm-hmm.
And you make that choice with conviction, with tenacity, with perseverance, with unwavering faith. You know, it's so interesting, all of our ideas about God. Spirit, the universe, higher power, all of the personalities it's been given over time, all of the collective judgments and actions and so on that have been have just been, somebody has decided that God did that. Or that was God's will. Or whatever. But you get the idea. It's always us. It's always us. It's us deciding. It's us being generous. It's us being stingy. It's us being loving. It's us choking. It's us.
Darla, there's water for her right there.
No, my water is back there.
Darla,
Joseph, it's right above you.
there you go.
I got so excited.
Thank you.
It's us that asks for and says yes to help. It's us that says yes to being helpful. It's us that finds our way to make a difference. Small, large. Do you know there is no large or small?
Right.
In spirit?
It just is.
There is no large or small in spirit. It's all
One.
Say it louder, Patty.
One.
Say it louder, Patty.
One.
It's all and only one. Yes, our choices that improve our own experience change everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because our energy that in our minds is housed in these physical bodies goes way beyond our physical body and actually moves through and into and around other energies that look like other people. And the good that we intend moves with that energy out into the world. I don't, where Denise and I are, there's a gate to get in. Not because we were looking for a gated community, because we could care less, but, and actually, this gate you can walk around. So, apparently the community could care less too. I need a place to put this. Can I put it here?
Oh, here. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Hey, everybody.
Thank you, Darla.
And so why was I telling you about the gate? Nobody cares. What was my point about the gate?
You can walk around it.
You can't. Oh. You slide down. So honest to goodness, you can. And you don't even have to turn sideways. The space between the end of the gate and the wall, that because there's all the equipment here, that opens and closes the gate. Well, the space between the edge of the gate that looks like gate and the wall is probably at least 3 feet on both sides. So you either honor the gate or you don't, right? But nobody cares. I mean, the cameras on the gate face one direction. Do you realize how nuts this is? This is security? From what? This is security from somebody on foot? No. It might be security from a car that decides not to drive through the gate when they don't live there. But what's it security from? What are we protecting ourselves from? What are we so afraid of? Deborah, a couple of weeks ago, read Marianne Williamson's famous piece about what it is that we're so afraid of. We're afraid of ourselves. We're afraid of our own brilliance. We're afraid of our own power. I just told you that every beneficial choice you make for yourself or someone else benefits the world. Woo! That's a lot of power. I'm just going to make a suggestion. Let's just decide for a week. Every moment that we can bring our awareness to it, let's just decide for a week to be our best. Whatever that looks like in the moment. Let's just decide. It's not going to cost us anything. Because being our best does not have to include money.
That's right.
Let's just decide. Yen?
Yes.
Awesome. And so it is.
And so it is.
Deborah.
Deborah or Patty?
Or
Patty.
Patty. Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind. That was me being my best at being forgetful.
No, you weren't. You were being honest. Authentic.
Thank you, thank you,
And kind.
thank you.
And loving. And all of those wonderful things. Walk the talk of love, and you will benefit greatly.
And so it is. There you go.
So would the ushers please come forward? This is our wonderful time of giving. I have to tell you, I have been so blessed. This last week, I had so many blessings, I cannot even tell you, and it came from the idea that I woke up in the morning and I said, I am blessed. And it showed up in so many ways that I was able to pay it forward. Not just in money, but just in actions too. Because friendship is one of the greatest gifts we can give each other. Money is also wonderful when you have to run an organization. And so,
Nice segue, Patty.
and so we know, come over here, you want. then see. So it is our time of conscious giving, and what we give supports this community, supports the greater community, but most of all it supports ourselves, because when we give, we're blessing ourselves, and because it goes around in that wonderful circle, builds itself up, and comes back. And I can vouch for that so many ways. If you want to know, just ask me. So take your gift in hand, put it over your heart, whatever it is, be it physical, be it an intention, whatever it is. And let's join together and say, the love of Spirit blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive abundantly. And so it is. And remember the I am. And when we say something after I am, we are enforcing that within ourselves. We are making it greater because it comes back. That is part of reciprocity. I am wonderful. What words are we going to choose? How are we going to choose to express ourselves, to be the best we are? Renan did that so beautifully today. I am so grateful for who we are as a community, for the wonderful leadership we have, Anne's guidance, Denise's support, everyone here, Joseph, Michou, everyone who comes, everyone who shares, we are wonderful. And so taking this, I would like you to hold your hands up. Energy comes from our hands as we say and express ourselves, aiming at this wonderful gift that is in these baskets. Whatever the intention was, whatever is here, we know it is a blessing to each one of us and each one of our community and into the world, because as Reverend Ann said, it resonates, it ripples out. We are all in the web of life, and we are all influenced by everything we do. So being the best we can, giving in whatever ways we can, in whatever form, we are indeed blessed. And so it is.
And so it is.
Should I stay where I am?
And there are moments, we all know in this life, when for the moment, in that moment, we don't know. We just don't know what's my best, or we just don't know. And we drop into that honesty, and we have a choice there, even. And that is just to lean lifeward.
Lean lifeward. Each time I think I have reached the final narrows, there comes a needle's eye, slimmer than the last, a birth canal, forbidding in its harrows, impassable until somehow it's past. Like bulbs in spring, succulent shoots of our hopes rise. Tender blades, sharpened by will, emboldened by the sun to carve their initials on the heavens, nourished knowing the tears are the rains of life, leading lifeward through the shadow of night in deep waters of light, misty halos blurring my sight. Move in wonder like the tail of a kite, touch the stars and ignite. I'm a larval angel and I'm dreaming of dancing on air. And when this thing, this mystery sings from deep behind my heart's eyes, I might go blind, my fortunes might capsize. Yet peering from the rubble and numb of what I thought was my life, a child returned to shore by holy tides, leading lifeward with a beacon of night sees itself in my light. Truth and wonder vaporize the lies. Move in wonder, reach the stars and ignite. This strength isn't your might when the ugly duckling finds the water and rises a swan. Each time I think I have reached the final narrows, there comes a needle's eye, slimmer than the last, a birth canal, forbidding in its harrows, impassable until somehow it's past. Leading lifeward through the ash of lies, leading lifeward, watch your phoenix rise, leading lifeward, you are the swan, leading lifeward, know that you belong, know that you belong, know that you belong, know that you belong.